Captain Brian here. I have a short video that I want to show you, but I need to kind of do this introduction because I don't believe you're going to understand what you're about to see. So I decided to do an exploratory crappie hunt on the St. Croix, area of the St. Croix that I have never fished before, but I figured I could find crappies, not a big deal. I got about 2 hours to spend, and I figured, well, I can get out, get some fish, show some good video, and go home. As I get to the first spot, I'm about to throw my line out, and what I'm using is a little ultralight Mitchell rod and reel. I don't know if you can see it, hope you can. And I'm using a 1/16 ounce jig with a little white grub. I call it my seeker. It can find any fish out there if there's fish around. So I go out, I throw my first cast, and you know that little nudge you feel when you get that little tick? I set the hook. On that, my rod doubled over, and I figured at that point I've either got a catfish or a sturgeon, but most likely a catfish. Within a second to 2 seconds of hooking it, out of the water is the sturgeon. It's about 3.5 feet long, and I can tell you this because it landed on top, the point of the kayak. As it hit there, it stayed for a second and flipped over, went back into the water, and the fight was on. Now, what I realized at that point was, this is not the day not to have my GoPro. So, being brilliant, I decided to pull out my iPhone. Now, I only had 2 hours to spend, and 1 hour and 40 of it was spent fighting this fish. I was a little frustrated at first because now I know I have a sturgeon on. Don't really want it, but it'd make a good video. It was fun, and I really wanted my little jig back. So I fought the fish for a while, and it took me into 3 feet of water, back out to 20, and we ran for quite a while trying to chase it down. Now the video you're going to see is very short. It's 2-3 minute video, I think at tops, but I had to take it all on my cell phone. Now, if your imaginations haven't caught up to you yet, you're going to understand that I am now running a cell phone, a fishing rod, a kayak, other boats, waves, and wind, and filming this fish. The problem was that as I had to make runs, I would set the cell phone face down in my lap until I got to a spot where I thought maybe I could see it, or maybe I'd get another jump out of it. Yeah, that wasn't the case. Here I was with my cell phone, holding it as I'm trying to hold the rod and videoing this fish. So when I could, and I thought I could see, and hopefully you could see the fish, I was videoing. So the video was running the whole time. In between that, I would drop the phone into my lap, keeping the phone down so it had nothing to see. And as I got closer, the fish would come up or the bubbles would show up. I was trying to film that, hoping that it would jump again or do something crazy, which it did not. And it just makes sense that the day you don't have your camera is the day you need your camera. So followed it around, tried to pull it up a couple of times, wasn't going to happen. I was getting a little frustrated because I knew I was working with 4-pound line. There's, and a little itty bitty jig. Chances were I wasn't going to get it in. But as long as it stayed on, I was going to fight this fish. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see parts of this video that are edited out to the point where hopefully you can see the fish, and I hope you see the fish at the end. Stay tuned to the end, that you'll see some snap pictures of it. You'll see it as it's finally given up towards the end. You can kind of measure it against the paddle in one shot. Then you'll actually see the head as I bring it up closer. The funny thing is that I had actually snagged the sturgeon just in the skin on the forehead. You'll see that in the video as well. So I pulled the jig out. I retrieved my jig, so that made me happy. And I don't take the sturgeon out of the water. I don't want to hurt it. I just believe that people should treat fish right. And so I released it unharmed, not out of the water, and it swam off. But you had to know what you were about to see and why you saw it on the video the way that you saw it. Will explain everything. Again, I'm sorry I took so long to get the video out. I've just been busy. I've had a lot of stuff on my plate, and I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to like, share, and hit that notification button as more videos will come up. It's something that I really want to do. I believe that there's not enough videos on the St. Croix to really show and have people appreciate the fish population that's in that river. And you know, as a captain, I've had a lot of chances to teach and show people how to fish the St. Croix and the Mississippi, and we have the best fishery, bar none, in our own backyard. So sit back, enjoy. It's short, watch it till the end, and I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. Bye. Really don't want this fish. Oh, he's pissy. Still going. I am shocked at this pole. Look at this thing. $39.95 pole. Ready. He's pissy. Ooh-wee. Oh, he's this beast. He's up against the boat. There goes the bubbles. Look at this size. There we go.